Welcome back to Guilday's Guest on WXSU LP Salisbury. I'm your host, Thomas Guilday. I'm here once again with my friend Jake Armacost.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Man, how's your week been, man?
So far so good. It's been actually really productive. I made all my classes this week, which is saying a lot, especially for my Wednesday 9 a.m. Got a lot of work done. There's still a lot of work left to be done. But obviously right now are like my office hours. These are kind of like my hours where I'm solely music focused and just kind of hanging out. So more of a hangout instead of work hours, honestly.
Yeah, I've had a pretty hectic week.
Yeah.
I went to Florida last week for MASME and did a competition there where I had a management case, a sales management case to take over.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the whole point of the thing was this company, Gartner, was losing. They lost some customers during COVID, and then the overall statistics of the customers they lost and gained was about 83% were new customers.
Oh, really?
And then, the rest was retained customers.
Mm-hmm.
So the real problem was that they weren't retaining customers correctly.
Yeah. What does this company do?
Gartner is a software company. It was started by a guy who used to work at IBM and took a bunch of those guys over.
Okay.
So they do a lot of different stuff. I've talked to them before. How they've described what they do is, you know how in the doctor's office you got to fill out a form and sometimes it's like on an iPad?
Yeah.
And like sometimes you can get certain programs that will write in your information from other doctors and stuff.
Visits,
that's kind of like what they do. That's them.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Do they specialize with just like the health field, or is it just kind of like any type of system that?
It's really any system.
Okay.
I know that they've worked on military and government projects. They have worked alongside Salisbury, I believe, a few times. I mean, they were a sponsor. I think they still are. Not really too sure on that.
Yeah.
But
now, so if there is a software company, I'm wondering why COVID would have made them lose customers.
Well, because they're business to business.
Okay, I got you. So was it just basically just businesses going out?
Well, I mean, it's just you don't need software focus on customer experience when there's no customers.
Okay.
So
I got you.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, how did you do in your competition?
My partner and I actually got second place in our room, which apparently that's better than any other time we've done this case management thing. Sorry, I'm just trying to set up this mic here.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
Because it seems to be having some problems with picking up the audio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and so my partner and I got us 200 points, so I believe that got us invited back next year.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah, for the people who get to do it. Yeah, I suppose.
Guess you won't be there. Well, if it's next year, I mean, like you said, you won't be here for the winter?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Or at least that's the plan.
Yeah. See, dude, that's what I'm worried about, dude. I'm going to be here next semester, and most of obviously within my class, they're going to be graduating. Most of the people I hang out with are going to be graduating. So I'm just going to have this 6-month limbo.
Yeah.
Living in Salisbury, taking my final classes.
Yeah. But
just
living in Salisbury.
Yeah. It's got to
see. That's why I gotta get out of here, man.
Yeah, as soon as I can, the only reason I'm backtracked a little bit is because I originally started with criminal justice. And then as soon as I got my associates, I was like,
let's switch it up.
Probably not my line of work to jump into right now.
Yeah.
So then I switched to business.
Right on. See, some of my questions, I planned this out to be the extravaganza in Florida, but that just didn't happen because I was so busy.
Yeah.
And number one thing in Florida that like I just couldn't get it done.
Mm.
Like it was way too much to do
Yeah.
in a space where I was already going to be working 12 plus hours on a project.
Yeah.
That I had no idea. They gave us the case there, like the day that we arrived.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any practice beforehand of making a case, really.
Yeah, dude. That's the one thing I just like why maybe you stuck with marketing and why I didn't like. Obviously, for the competition we did a year ago, like, we have all semester to get ready for that.
Yeah.
And even then, I was still just not
not prepared.
in there, dude. Like, we had the etiquette dinner the night before.
Yeah.
And I sat. You weren't at my table.
No.
No. But who did you sit with? Like, who is the like company person? Do you know?
It was United Rentals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was with this dude from what is it? James Taylor.
Tom James.
Tom James. Yeah. Yeah, totally wrong name.
Yeah.
Tom James, yeah. But he was a younger guy. He had just graduated like only a few years prior from Salisbury.
Yeah.
And we got along really well. And like from our conversations, I thought he was going to be my judge. Like walking into the room, I thought I was selling him.
Yeah.
And so I was like, dude, I'm set up. Like, I know I'm not the most prepared, but like I feel good with this guy. It'll be easy to build rapport.
Yeah.
And as soon as because first off that night, there were rugby boys over at my house.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just rough and rowdy on a Wednesday night or a Thursday night, whichever night before the competition, till like 4 a.m, bro. And like they're out in the living room, and then the only thing that separates me from the living room is just my door. Like I was right there. I might as well have been partying with them all night because I didn't sleep till then. Get up at 7, maybe a little before that. Go in there, still like barely like still rubbing my eyes and doing all that, and then I have the first group. I'm the first group of people to go. Still trying to wake up, but I'm like, bet I know who at least I'm gonna be talking to. Like it'll be nice. And then what was it? I walk in and it's a completely different dude. Like, and I was like completely thrown off my game as soon as I walked in. I was like, I'm done for, dude. I'm already done. And those, what is it, 12 minutes that you get to sell? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it felt like I was in there for 4. You know? Yeah. But I think I just got nervous and buckled.
Yeah, I always finished early with all of them.
That's nice, though. At least you finished, dude. I didn't even offer this guy a price or a deal or nothing, dude.
Yeah, I remember sometimes like some of my friends didn't finish, but they still moved on. Mm-hmm. But I don't know why.
I don't know either, because like I guess you must have been displaying the right things. You must have been close to closing it.
Yeah. Then again, every single judge is from a company, and they're all different. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And obviously, all of them, none of them were chop tank people, except for
very few at the end.
Which that must have been nerve wracking, dude. Going back to it, I know you had Nolan on the show last week. Last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He should have won the competition, dude.
Yeah, you're right. He should have.
He crushed it, dude, and I was really upset that he didn't win.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's all right, you know.
Nah, he seems like, I mean, I think he'll still be at a good place to get set up somewhere after college.
I mean, we're talking about it, and, you know, all these competitions we do, like, they're fun and everything. Like, you know, it's nice to do these speed sell or whatever. Yeah. But it's a fantasy land. This isn't sales. Like, I mean, what we did at Florida, we were noticing that all these responses, like for elevator pitches, where you you talk about yourself to a company in like a minute, you try and get them interested. It was different from ours, to where they were supposed to research the company and see how like they matched up with like the company's thing, and they go like, "Oh, hello, Tom James. I've noticed that you've done ... in ... years. I can also do ... It was so robotic. Yeah. And like, you know, we were talking about that, and we were just like, we don't want to do that. That's like lame. And also, absolutely no one wants to work for a robot with a robot.
Yeah, no, that's how I felt about marketing when I was in the class. Like my teacher, she definitely, like, it just gave off, it was complete business. There is no fun involved with the process. Where, like, it's different because I know you said when you were in Florida, like, whoever you were selling to and all that, you guys had a good time. You were able to make jokes and do all that stuff, which, like, is good. But the way it came across to me was just, like, strictly business, like, and you have a format to follow. Yeah. And that's that. You know, as long as you follow that, you're good.
It's a fantasy land, man.
Yeah.
Really, the only thing that's actually, like, it's all well and good to follow the script and everything. Like, that'll get you points. That'll move you on. But, like, when it comes down to who follows the script better, it's not, it won't be a question of, like, exactly who follows the script better. It's more of, like, whose personality do I like more?
That's very true. Like, it's not just what they're saying, it's who's telling
I mean, because throughout my presentation at Florida, I just made a bunch of jokes throughout the whole thing. Like, we started out the presentation with, a thing from, like, far left field. We were like, all right, so, of course, we had to tell them, like, it was a joke. We like to start jokes, or we like to start jokes before business meetings. And we were like, oh, who's 8 feet tall and would love to represent Gartner? As a celebrity endorsement, and then we threw up a picture of Shaq on the PowerPoint, and then we were just like, oh, Shaquille O'Neal, wrong, it's me and Jordan stacked on top of each other, and then we put up a picture of like her on my back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
So they laughed at that, and then we got through it. But I really truly think that was the one thing that really set us apart, was just that we were being funny about it.
Yeah, like you weren't taking it like this is your life, or like this is what you're doing right now.
Well, I mean, like if you're being funny about it, one, you're more relaxed.
Yeah, and it kind of eases the judges.
Yeah, I mean, like that's like the quickest way to get someone to like you. Really, it's just to make them chuckle.
Yeah.
I
definitely agree to that, dude. It was definitely just, I guess I didn't have too much experience with it, but it definitely was not my forte. I think. Yeah. But I was also ready to chuckle with another dude, and I walked into this other guy.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know who you are.
Yeah. But so we did go to Florida. We went. We had a lot of fun at the pool and stuff. That was like a pretty cool pool.
What was the first thing you told me about when you were like, "I'm going to Florida, bro. Look at this pool."
Dude, it was sick.
It was.
They had a slide and everything.
Oh.
That was fun to do, and then they had 2 hot tubs. I wish they had more hot tubs, to be honest.
More hot tubs?
Yeah. And I wish they would like extend the hours of the pool and the hot tubs.
Really? What were the hours?
It was just like they ended at like 11.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, sure, it's kind of late. I guess do they have to have someone out there like watching over everyone?
Well, you gotta have someone, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so if that's what they were required to have, or at least like, put up the disclaimer like, hey, this swimming you're on risk,
Yeah, but I don't think
a bunch of drunk people.
Yeah, but I don't think you can. It's like it's the county of around Disney, man. So it's like a lot of tourists, a lot of responsibility has to be shared with.
Yeah. I guess you just want to make the area look as good as possible if you don't have people from all over running through.
Yeah.
I get that.
And, I got to meet a bunch of... It was weird. The first day, like, we were getting mad dog stared.
Really?
Yeah, from, like, all these different, like, universities and stuff. And we were just kind of looking at each other, and we were just like, what's wrong with these people?
Yeah.
Like, this is, like, supposed to be... This is going to be fun. Like, what's their...
Let's just know who you guys are,
Yeah.
They walked in, they were like, these are the guys...
These guys are heinous.
Yeah.
They're going to be...
Complete wrecking crew right here.
Yeah, and so like we were just like, what's going on? Eventually, all the teams loosened up.
I was about to say, did you guys like have a lot of interaction with other teams?
Yeah. We honestly, like, I didn't have as much as other people, but during Friday, we spent a ton of time in the pool.
Yeah.
And through there we met a bunch of guys, we met a bunch of girls that were coming around. They'll probably come back to Salisbury in the spring for our competition.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I don't know. I didn't really talk about it that much.
So Salisbury has a competition. How often do you guys go to other schools for competitions?
Every semester.
Just once?
No.
Oh.
We have another one on next Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
That they leave for.
So how many do you guys do? Is it like once a week, once every other week? Or just whenever they schedule?
Just whenever the ones are open that we want to go to.
Okay, I got you.
Because I went to one last semester, Bloomsburg, which was awful, just terrible, honestly.
What was wrong about that?
It was just in the middle of nowhere, and they they didn't like have anything fun. They didn't have any like bars open.
Okay.
Like I mean, like they didn't have like a way to get drinks or whatever. And if I drove 8 hours and I didn't have a car, like I don't know, I want to do something fun.
I feel you. No, yeah, you want to go somewhere, and not just going there for the event. You kind of like to experience like where you're going.
Exactly, and it was pretty in the mountains and stuff, but it was just like sad as heck.
Yeah.
It was just sad, like
See, that's the one thing I always like envy about people who get to travel, like whether for their jobs. Like I guess I mostly look at like, because I look into music so much, I look at rock stars. Like they travel from town to town or country to country, and like they got a lot of. They're obviously practicing a lot. They got a whole concert to do that night. But, like, they have also so much time that they spend just indulging in the culture and the environment wherever the tour is taking them,
Yeah.
And I think that's why, like, people who travel, I feel like, have probably some of the best perspectives because they've seen so many different perspectives,
Yeah.
Especially international type
people,
like, it's one thing to travel around and see all the U.S., but to travel, Canada, Mexico, definitely out east, there's a lot of good stuff that
absolutely
is good to indulge in.
Yeah. And then from there we had a casino night where Sazerac sponsored that. Sazerac's the people who make Fireball whiskey.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're I don't know. I don't really talk to them.
Yeah.
Just because that doesn't mesh up with me.
Yeah.
Personally.
Okay.
I can't I don't have the ability to bring myself to work for a company like that just because of the product they produce.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. I've drank it before and stuff like that. I just don't really want to work in that environment.
I guess I can get that because obviously as much as people like beer, same thing with anything else that you would consider a drug, or addictive.
Well, I mean, I would work for Budweiser.
Yeah.
I think. Just not. I don't really like liquor companies. No.
No.
Not really. No.
What do you think is the difference between a beer company and a liquor company? Or why would you choose Budweiser over Fireball?
Probably just the environment of it.
Yeah.
And the people that I've met, all these different companies going to these competitions, and it was always Fireball or Sazerac would come out from the corner at the bar or whatever and be like, "Oh, everybody's shots," which is cool or whatever. But it's if I've been to 3 or 4 of these competitions and you guys do it every time, it's this isn't exactly I wouldn't say that's a healthy environment.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
I get it. It's it's a weekend, you're taking a trip or whatever, but it's I don't know. It just doesn't mesh well.
I guess it's their way of advertising their product as something that you want to do for fun or to relax.
Yeah, but every time we would talk about all these competitions, the next day it would always be oh, that guy from Sazerac or oh, that girl from Sazerac was wasted last night. It was just I don't know, that just for me that doesn't seem like a great venture to go on.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I get that.
But they're wonderful people. I talk with them a little bit.
Yeah. You guys had a casino? What type of casino? Was it in a casino?
No, I was in one of the convention centers.
You ever been in a casino?
Not yet.
I haven't either, dude.
We should go.
We should go. Ocean Downs?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Easy plans. See how easy that is to make plans?
Right?
Gosh, it should always be this easy.
It really should.
I'm down to lose some money. Just got my tax returns,
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Right on.
I made a decent... more than I expected to.
Right.
But I also, when I'm not doing school, I don't work during the semester.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, obviously, now I'm a manager for WSXU, so I'm getting paid, a little bit each month.
Right.
But previous semester didn't work at all. And now, but when I'm on my off season, the summer, the winter, that straight
work 24/7. Yeah, me too.
Because you spend so much throughout the semester, you just kind of need to break even before you go back. Honestly.
Well, I'd break even, and then I save more than I had.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I, like, survived through the semester.
Yeah. I never really...
It's harder from winter to... It's harder to go from the winter working bit into, like, the spring semester. Just because, like, you don't work as long.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But overall, like, you know, I gain a bit of money.
Yeah, dude. Like, obviously the last 2 years, my, like, off-campus job when I'm working, it's been just Domino's, just doing some delivery driving. But the money there is just more than I ever expected to get out of a delivery driver, you know? And it's funny because you go to so many houses and they, like, tip you generously because they're just thinking that you're just getting bad tips all night.
Yeah.
But, like, half the people you go to have that same mentality.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously you go along with it. You're like, hey, I appreciate, obviously, anything. Like, my thing, if you don't give me 0, I don't care what you give me, you know? Even if you give me 0, I'm not gonna tell you, like, hey, man, what's up with that, you know? Like, everyone's got their own financial ways and how they do things.
Have you, did you see that Twitter video recently? I think it was probably a few months ago where this woman was, like, going ballistic at this Domino's employee who, like, would not deliver, like, her pizza because, like, she was like, oh, it's COVID. I'm a single mother with, like, 2 kids or whatever, and, you know, I only got, like, $19.07. It's, like, a $21 charge. You're not going to let me get the pizza? And it was like... No. First off, like, this is Domino's. Like, this isn't a mom and pop shop. Like, this is Domino's.
Yeah, I know. Like,
second off, so you were, like, never planning on giving me a tip, like, period?
No.
Like, come on now.
No. A lot of people assume that the delivery fee goes to our tips because also, I mean, I guess they believe that now because. Like DoorDash, Grubhub. I don't know about Grubhub, but I know DoorDash, like the delivery fees go straight to the driver, all of it, you know?
Yeah, but also, like, I don't know, some of those people in the Grubhub world, like, and DoorDash and Uber Eats, like, I don't know, whenever they're online, they're like, if you don't tip your drivers, you're a blah, 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 blah. And they're just like, I won't pick up a charge unless it's like a $10 tip. And it's like, all right, so you just like don't want to hustle. I get it. Yeah. Okay, just like say that then. But like, also don't complain when no one like tips you more. Like you're just not hustling.
Yeah, no, I didn't like. Well, I don't know. I've never done DoorDash, but like obviously they get to choose their orders. I like the fact that Domino's where it's just like a rotation. You're just like. You come in, whatever order comes up is yours, because, like, there's no reason to argue with anyone over, obviously, it's not like DoorDash, you guys are all sitting together and snatching, fighting for an order, but, like, obviously, you understood that what you got is what you got, like, sorry if the rotation worked or didn't work for you when it came to tips, like, that's just how it falls, but I think in the end, everything evens out. Everyone who has a good day is bound to have a bad day, and everyone who has a bad day is bound to have a good one. But I tell you what, dude, this summer was, like, more profitable than, like, when COVID started.
Really?
It was weird. Like, I guess because people were just starting to finally get out, I don't know, after so long. I guess
it's just, like, because it's been hard on everyone, really.
So I mean, pizza time.
I mean, like, you know, I found out recently that I got, like, a 65-cent raise.
Yeah?
Doesn't mean anything. It means literally nothing.
No, I guess not. I know, like, since prices for gas were going up, our gas reimbursement at Domino's was increased, which was nice.
You get reimbursed for gas?
Yeah. Dude, not only that, so, like, this is what I'm saying. If you guys need a job, especially a high school kid, just got your first car, first job, Domino's delivery is one of the easiest jobs you can do as a delivery driver. And when you come in, you might have to learn how to work the phones. It's not the hardest process in the world. I honestly, like, would... like avoid it for the first 3-4 months of working there, and then my boss one day I came in and he was like, "You're learning the phones before you take any deliveries," and I was like, "Shoot!" But it took me like 15 minutes, you know. And there's a whole kind of script that you end up having in your head.
Yeah.
There's a whole format to follow. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're just folding boxes and taking orders. Like you're not making the food. Someone else is doing the hard work for you, just for you to drive to someone's house, and then they give you, you know. A decent amount of money sometimes, you know. I feel bad because like I'd be making more than insiders.
Yeah.
And on a good night, maybe just as much as like a manager would make, because some of the managers at Domino's only make $15 an hour. Yeah, they only, like at least back where at home in Calvert, dude, like half the managers were making only $15 an hour, and then I'm making like
that's insane.
And I'm making like 18 to 20 like through tips, because not only am I getting tipped by people, and I'm making like at least 20 deliveries a day. I get the gas reimbursement, which started off as $2.10, but that's when gas was really low. COVID had just started. By the time I was leaving, it was $2.95 because gas was up to about like $3.50, sometimes $4. But when you're making that many deliveries, you end up either using all that money for the gas, which is good because then you're not paying for gas, or you'd walk out with a few extra bucks.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I get hourly. I get $4.25 when I'm on the road per hour, and minimum when I'm in store. Right. So on top of making about, I mean, if I worked 40 hours a week, I could easily make $500-600 off of tips, and the gas reimbursement. Whenever I talk about my total tips, I also just throw in the gas reimbursement.
Right. Yeah.
Because like it's the cash that I walk out with at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But also, every 2 weeks I'd get a direct deposit of like $350.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I made so much more money than I ever expected. Like it's one of the easiest. It's probably the easiest job I'll ever have. Honestly, it's pretty fun too. Like I mean, if you enjoy driving, I like doing it just to listen to new music, listen to podcasts. I just love to drive too.
Yeah, I love my job too. When I go home in the summer, and winter. I can't really get into details of like tips right now, or or payment rather, just because like, I just can't get into it.
Your job is probably a little more important than a Domino's delivery driver. So I get that.
Yeah, I love my job. Yeah, I'll leave it there because I'm really not sure if because they might find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I say anything then
obviously you don't want to breach anything, especially if you're trying to look to have well, I guess you already have the job, but if you want to continue having it, you don't want to do anything to step the lines of.
Well, it was just like I don't want to step on toes or anything.
No,
especially if I just mention I've got a radio show / podcast that I do. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, let's check it out. Let's listen to it while we ride in the car. And it's just it's just 10 minutes of me absolutely abolishing this guy and his hairstyle or whatever. You know what I mean?
Hey, you never know. They might still find it and know who this guy with the abolished haircut is just by that. Maybe it's that standout-ish.
That was a completely fake story. But why am I looking at the board? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm really sleepy. I blame Downton Abbey.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I was over at your house Monday. I only caught a couple episodes, but I really liked it. Honestly, I did when I was a kid and I'd see commercials for it, I was like, this show looks so lame. Yeah, who wants to watch this?
Me. 21-year-old me. When I'm really bored or something. It's nice because it's not like one of these modern dramas or hospital shows where it's why would you act like this? Why would you make these decisions and keep these secrets from people that you love?
Yeah.
It's more it's actually it makes sense why you want to keep some secrets. Yeah. Especially if you're in high society or whatever and doing all these things.
It works with the time that it reflects around and set in.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Exactly.
But like I was saying, Downton Abbey, I knew nothing about it, but I came over and saw it watching it. It's just seeing the attire and the way everything looks. And
oh yeah, no, it's got crazy production.
Yeah, and I know you're saying it's 1912 where you're at now.
Actually, no, the show speeds up really fast. Really? I'm in season 2 right now, and I'm in season 2, episode 9, and it.
Wait, how much have you been watching, dude? When I was at your house 2 days ago.
Yeah, we were on season 1 episode.
4. Yeah, how many episodes are in a season?
8 or 9.
You just been grinding.
Yeah, dude. Why do you think I slept in today?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Well,
okay.
I was up, and then I was like, I don't need my alarms.
Yeah.
I'm good to go. Siri, turn off all my alarms. And then it did, and I went, okay, I could put my head down for 5 minutes, and then it wasn't 5 minutes.
No, never
it was
is.
Not.
Never is, dude.
Luckily, I did get to speak to my advisor, so it's all good.
That's good. Were you late for? Was it?
I was definitely late.
Yeah.
But I apologized. I was like, hey, this is what happened. I did the thing where I was like, oh, I'm up at 8 a.m. I'm good to go. I'm ready. I'm fighting weight. And then I turned off my alarms. I went, okay, it's time to lay down now.
Yeah. No, I almost did that this morning. I had an alarm set for 8 to get up for my 9 a.m.
Yeah.
But I always set like 4 alarms because I'm like, I'm probably bound to miss the first one. I usually go to bed pretty late. So
dude, I set like 10.
Yeah.
Every day.
I always...
Even when I take naps.
Really?
Yeah, I set like 5 alarms.
I just don't nap. Like, honestly, I could literally like stay up a whole day, sleep for 2 hours, and then, be awake for probably almost a whole other day. I don't know how I do it, but
it doesn't matter. I need
a nap.
Time
for a nap. I feel like there's just other things I need to do.
No, I need a nap, man.
What it's like to be you, man. I feel like I'm always trying to catch up on my sleep.
Well, I always am as well. Even if I get like good nights of sleep.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's so weird.
Any of the sleep that I miss, I kind of save it for...
What, weekends?
No, maybe like Sunday. Like, I probably will usually like sleep in or stay in my bed till whenever the Commanders play.
Yeah.
And then Monday, because I don't have a class till 3. And I usually don't have any homework or very long homework. So I'm just like, okay, I can just, I'll wake up at like noon, or something like that. I'll go to bed like early too, just to...
Do you have 2 classes on Monday?
Yeah, I got 2. Okay. It's my 3 o'clock music class.
Yeah, and then our class.
Which... I really like BAD.
Yeah, me too.
I like Phillips. We were actually just talking about him, like with my entrepreneurship group. After you left, they were started talking about him because I think
they're right on.
One of my group members, Liz, you saw Liz. She just got an internship with Tidal Health.
Cool.
Because she knows Phillips and maybe taking a class with him, and then he just referred.
Yeah.
And so good for her because me and her every week me and her talk we don't have internships. And kind of need one now,
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I'm always nervous about. Like I'm not nervous about my upcoming classes except for Finance 311. I have to take that next semester.
Oh, dude.
I'm very worried about that.
Oh my god, I can't believe you got through this entire
time without doing it.
Yeah, these entire 2 years without doing it.
Yeah, well, 3 years pretty much. I mean, I including all my 2 years of community college. Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I tried to take it over the summer.
Yeah.
I was going to do that in the first session, and I did Management 325 in the second session. But, I mean, the class was cut up between 3 exams, which were all 25% each.
Yeah.
And then just homeworks that were 25%.
Yeah.
I missed the first exam.
Oh, well.
Because first off, I was at home, and when I got home, dude, I felt like I was in vacation mode. Home wasn't even home.
Yeah.
It was a nice little get away from school.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even go straight back to work. Unfortunately, I was just lazy, and I didn't want to do work. And then, dude, finance is hard. It's something that you really need to keep up with.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not easy. I got a C on it.
Hey, well now
that's good for marketing majors.
Yeah. Management majors only need to get a D in it now, but I'm hoping to get a C.
So did marketing majors.
Because I think it only really applies to the info people in accounting now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really don't want to keep it around. Most of the marketing people are this eliminates
Why
so
do I
many.
have to take it? Seriously, there's a reason I do business. It's because I don't plan to become an accountant.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it just goes back to I don't want to work with robots except my accountant. My accountant has to be a robot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't want my accountant to have a personality because if he has a personality, that means he's stealing my money.
That's true. That's very true. And just robots get it right, man.
Yeah.
As long as the formula is good for it. But yeah, no, my upcoming classes shouldn't be too hard. I just have to do my music production classes, which won't be hard at all. I love doing music stuff. I honestly don't even count them as classes.
Right.
And what else? Obviously finance and my capstone management classes, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I told you like my next semester is set up so nice. I got obviously chunked up on Monday, Wednesday, 4 classes from like 10:30 to 4:30 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then one like double blocked class. I'm taking a negotiations
Mm-hmm.
class next
Oh,
semester.
dude. Good luck.
Have you tried? Did you try to take it?
No, but I know the professor.
Who? But I forget his name. Honestly, I never look
His
at the
name's,
teachers.
I forget his name, but
Yeah.
we call him Big Dog.
Really?
Not really. But he's just like, he's a nice enough guy, I guess, but he like, throughout his entire class, it was so annoying how much he would like, just kind of like moan and complain about like all these different things with the world, where it was just like,
Yeah.
you know, we clearly like weren't reading the textbook or whatever, or
Yeah.
we weren't doing blah 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 blah. And it's like, oh, the Chinese students that I work with in China, they would do this, this, and this, and they were like, oh yeah, they were big cheaters. You know, they would just like cheat their way to the top, and it was just like, it's like we really don't care. And then yeah, just be prepared. He's gonna mention that he went to Cornell.
A lot.
Yes.
All right, I'm cool with that. Why went to Cornell to teach at Salisbury?
Yeah.
Dang.
But I've seen his paycheck, and it's fat.
Dude, I'm sure. I don't know. You think, is it 6 figures?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Dang. 160.
Oh, okay.
For the year.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what the average pay for a professor is here.
Well, probably the sciences drag it down.
You think? Yeah.
Well, just because, like, a lot of the science, like, professors, they have to... I don't know, I just hear that, like, you know, they start low. They're going to have to pay the business professors more just because, like, if they're going, like, straight up for business, they're going to have to pay them more just because, like, they have, like, so many other different offers. There's not really going to be much in the way of, like, competitive work environment for a biology professor.
That's true, I guess.
Unless if you're like a doctor.
But I feel like if the competition's high, well, I guess competition's high between the other universities, not professors.
Well, I mean, like most professors, they're doing like tons of research about like certain fields of study, blah blah blah. But it's like the only people who will fund that are universities, and the only reason they fund that is because of government grants that they do, because it's like useful knowledge.
Yeah.
But like, you know, unless you're like really specialized in an area like pharmaceuticals and stuff like that, you're not going to be like open to like negotiation when it comes to negotiation or negotiating your salary.
Okay.
For like a science teacher.
Yeah. I don't know. I figured as trying to be a future like business owner, obviously it'd be kind of smart to know negotiation, you know, especially when I don't think right now I'm the best at negotiating things. And I'm like, I could probably use a couple of tips. I won't lie. I'll take things at base value, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm all right. I just
well, you're in the world of marketing. You already negotiate.
Yeah, I negotiate a bunch of stuff. It's insane. But, shoot. I don't know, I'm just, like, super tired. I can't even get to, like, the script today. Because, like...
I know, you keep looking over at it.
Well, it's just because, like, it's on my screen over here, and it's, like, so small and tiny that I can't read it, and I'm like, this is just going to have to be pushed back till next week. But, like, we can keep talking or whatever, but,
I mean, yeah, I'm down. If you got anything on your mind, man, you know... I'm always just do
you think Walt Disney froze his head?
I want to say yeah.
I think
yes,
so.
But I just don't think whenever they try to pull him out that it'll work, or if they ever do. I just want to know that it's real, you know.
I just want to touch it. I want to draw. I want to draw a little mustache on his like glass dome.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. Like, you think it's just like, I don't know, his head in like a block of ice, and if we're using chamber, they got like some like multi-million-dollar like setup.
I mean, I bet he's in like a vault.
Yeah, it's like some like Austin Powers type thing.
Yeah.
You know? Like they're gonna pull him out and go through that whole procedure.
Yeah, put him on the. I think like it would just be funny if like Disney adults developed into such a fandom that it became like a religion, and then it evolved into like them thinking that what Walt Disney wanted was to be put on a life-sized, actual, real anatomic
like body or
I forget the word.
Anatomical.
Yeah, anatomically correct version of Mickey Mouse. Where they just make Mickey Mouse for real, but they put Walt Disney's head on it. And he wakes up and he's just like the horror in his eyes. He's screaming.
Yeah.
He's got big old white gloves. He can't take them off.
Oh, dude.
How could you ever have wanted that?
Dude, just imagine if the gloves weren't gloves. They're just hands the whole time, you know? They were never gloves. They never come off, man. Imagine just seeing Mickey Mouse without gloves.
There's a reason why they animated them with gloves. I'm forgetting it right now. But I think
I just feel like if he was like without the gloves, it would just be like kind of just stick hands, you know. I feel like I don't know. The gloves definitely make him like look a little bigger. I don't know.
It might have to do with the tracing of some of the, because a lot of earlier animations, like if you saw Mickey Mouse dancing or running throughout a room, it was more than likely stolen from a like real film.
Yeah.
That they traced over.
I saw that because I've seen like, I see it on Instagram sometimes where it's like the Winnie the Pooh scene and it's something with Christopher Robin walking up to a cliff and it's the same thing from the Jungle Book.
Yeah.
And they like instead of like crossing over a log, he's like
he's hopping over
or something.
Yeah, no, they did that a lot.
Yeah.
Just to reuse the animation and save money, just because it's such a costly venture.
Yeah, I also heard that like just back then, like. Early on in the days, I guess probably like early 1900s or something, it was really hard to find artists. Like, so they were just like, I mean, I even heard like, you know, if you can freehand a straight line down a piece of paper, like, we'll take you. Because it's hard to find people with just, I guess, the articulate, or just like the neatness of it, or having to like make them very straight and all that. So it kind of makes sense when they're like, why try to draw something completely new when we can trace something and put a different design around it, you know?
Yeah.
So I get that. I mean, copying happens everywhere. I mean, everything is innovation from the previous thing.
Like Michael Bay did a shot in Transformers where it was like ripped straight from one of his old movies called The Island. And it's like, you know, that's kind of cool, but like if you ever like, oh, this movie's like terrible, and you stand up in the theater and goes, hey, that's from The Island. And then, you know, someone from the back row goes, shut up, Steve.
We know, but it looks different.
Who watched The Island?
Honestly, when's the last time you ever heard about Michael Bay? What's he been up to?
He made a movie called Los Angeles.
What? Battle Los Angeles?
No. It
was this recently?
Yeah, it was recent. It was about two guys who robbed a bank and then like drove around Los Angeles in a ambulance.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think that I've seen the trailer. Yeah. Probably the trailer. I forget what it's called. But doesn't it all take place in the ambulance?
Yeah, pretty much.
Isn't it just called the ambulance?
I don't know. All I remember from the logo of the thing was. There was an L outline and there was an A outline. So it was like L.A. and it was like, okay. I don't really need to know that going into... There's not a ton of ambulance bank heist movies, Michael Bay.
No, not really. You know, a really good... I wouldn't say it's like a bank heist movie, but it starts with a bank heist. Have you ever seen...
Goonies?
No, Good Times. It's got Robert Pattinson. Probably came out like 2016 or so.
No.
I can't remember any of the other actors' names, but basically Robert Pattinson plays this dude, and he has a mentally disabled brother, and he like kind of, coaxes his brother into doing this bank robbery with him and kind of has him play.
Oh, yeah, because he's, like
the guy
weirdly smart or whatever.
I think so.
Something like that. I think I know what you're talking about.
And, they rob the bank. They're making the getaway, but, they open up the cash and, all the,
the dye pack. Yeah.
Burst out of it. But it's a really good movie, and the way it's shot, I know, my brother used to be, it still is kind of like a big film guy.
Yeah.
And he's just, the way they shot that was to make it just, seem as realistic of interactions as possible. It's not, like, a movie script that they're reading off of. It looks like, camera just happens to be there as...
Yeah, right. That's the one thing I really like about Rocky 6.
Yeah.
Is because the fight scenes are filmed as if they're actual boxing scenes.
Yeah.
The whole movie is the whole movie premise is kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Which one is that about?
It's the one where Rocky's retired because he's retired 5 times now.
Yeah. This isn't... No, the third one's with the Russian, isn't it?
No, the third one's with Mr. T.
Oh. All right.
I forget his name.
Is it not just Mr. T?
No, it's Thunderclaps or whatever.
Yeah. I remember.
It doesn't really matter what his name was.
Mm-hmm.
But the Russian was the fourth one, and that's my favorite one out of all of them, just because, Rocky ends the Cold War at the end of it. It's hilarious.
Man.
All the Russians start going, Rocky, Rocky, Rocky.
Unity. It's over.
It's absolutely insane. And also, Ivan Dragov is, actually, twice the size of Sylvester Stallone in that.
Dude, no, the Ivan Dragov, right?
Ivan Dragov.
Dude, yeah, he... Big guy.
Huge.
Honestly, if you paired him up, I probably would have taken him anyway. I probably would have bet on him over Rocky,
Yeah.
So.
Because he was punching that machine and all the numbers were coming up, man.
No. I think I've only seen maybe the first 2 Rockies all the way through.
Those are the necessities.
Yeah. Did you ever watch any of the Creed movies?
Yeah, I watched the second one.
Okay. I haven't seen any of them. They just came out with the third one, though, didn't they?
They're about to.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But I don't think Sylvester Stallone's in it much.
No. How old is he now? He's got to be, near in his 80s.
He's 7. He's probably 70 something.
Really?
Probably.
Dude, so obviously, do you play Wordle? Quordle? No, Wordle.
Yeah, you sometimes do, but I've been slacking recently.
Dude, I remember when it started out as a big phase, and I'd always see people on Twitter or somewhere they'd send the green blocks, and I'm like, what does that mean? I never did bother to look into it though.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I did, dude, I try to hit the Wordle every day, and there's another one they have so many different ones. Me and my roommate, every night we try to do it right as it hits midnight. And it's the Wordle, then we hit Quordle, which is trying to guess 4 words at a time.
Right.
Weddle, trying to guess an NFL player. Framed, which is
Framed is my favorite.
Framed is really fun. The one that we always try to go against each other. Who could do it either the fastest or the in the least amount of turns.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one Actoral, where Actoral you're trying to guess an actor. They give you 20 movies, but they're all blanked. And, they got X's over all the letters, and you gotta what is it? You just guess an actor. They give you whether he's the guy you guessed is in a movie. They'll show the movie.
Mm-hmm.
If the guy's a little older than the actual, your guess is older than the actual guy, they'll let you know that, and you try to figure out his age.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so hard, man. I don't know actors like that, and sometimes they give you straight a C, B list actor, or just completely outlandish dudes. Where I'm who would just have this guy in mind?
See, sometimes I would know those people, but also sometimes I would just kind of forget them. If you ever asked me the actor for George Costanza in Seinfeld, I would only call him George Costanza.
Exactly. I could probably put a face to it, but I wouldn't know their
I think I know Kramer's name. Kramer's name is Michael Collins, I think.
Maybe.
I think it is.
Whenever I see a video with him, I always see him called Kramer. Literally. That's all I've known him by. I just learned the other day through my music class that Alice Cooper's name is not Alice Cooper.
What is it?
Shoot.
Bernard?
No, let me look it up. I got my notes right here, dude. So we were learning about glam.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I saw that Alice Cooper was in glam, I was like, it's kind of weird. Like, I mean, glam isn't really specified to, like, the genre of music. It's like the person on the stage. And, like, they're not playing, like, I was surprised that we didn't talk about Elton John. I was like, I feel like Elton John might fall into this category, but they're
I don't know about that.
No, exactly. My teacher was like, well, he's not exactly playing, like, a persona.
Yeah.
He's playing himself. Like, he's out there, but he's just wearing these, like, outlandish costumes and everything, you know? Whereas, like, you know, you got Kiss, like, they're playing this persona of these, like...
Yeah, they're like the
or whatever, you know?
Yeah, and then the cat guy.
Yeah.
It's like the devil,
dude,
sorceress,
cat guy is so cool.
wizard, and a cat.
I forget his name, but my dad just
Cat Stevens.
Like, is that his name?
No.
No. But, what was it? I went home for a Halloween weekend, and my dad had a gig at this bar. And, like, my dad was dressed up as Angus Young. The bassist was dressed up as Nikki Sixx. And then the drummer was the cat guy. Like, full face paint. He bought this, like, outfit that, like, had kind of, like, the V-neck on it.
Oh, yeah.
But it didn't, like, the V-neck also was a shirt. And it had, like, the chest on it. And,
right.
But when I first saw him, I was like, dang, dude, you just work out just
like
for this
crazy
costume or something? Like,
yeah.
I know you work out, but you're
like, you're
crazy.
looking really good right now.
And I realized, I was like, I don't remember
Oh, wait a
having
minute.
this tattoo.
Wait a
Like,
minute.
that's all sure. You're lying to everyone right now.
Yeah.
It was a
Say it's lying.
Yeah, no, you're
It's
you're
not
Like
lying.
that.
It's Halloween.
Hey, man, you should have just gotten the V-neck and just rocked your own stuff, you know? That's what I think. Let me pull up this guy. I have the notes right here. So, Alice Cooper, yeah. So, I mean, I always just thought he was Alice Cooper, you know? What were the other bands we talked about?
You know Weezer's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? That's weird to me.
Yeah, no, I don't really like that.
I think, like, Green Day got inducted, like, later
Eminem
than
got
them.
Inducted.
Huh?
Eminem got inducted to the Rock
No,
and
that
Roll
makes
Hall of
sense.
Fame.
That makes sense.
What rock song?
What rock song does, I don't know, is Kanye in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't know. I actually would have to look that up. If he is, another thing that would just be crazy. Okay, yeah, Alice Cooper's name is Vincent Fernier. Alice Cooper. Vincent.
I see why you changed it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Alice Cooper kind of rolls off a little bit better.
No, but, yeah, so Weezer in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame doesn't make sense to me. Another thing that doesn't make sense to me, I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Like, these are just, like, some nice jokes. Women's bathrooms in gay bars. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Why are they there?
Gay women?
Well, no, gay bars. They're like lesbian bars.
You never know, man. A woman can still go into one. Just because it's a gay bar, it's not. They don't say, hey, no girls allowed, you know. And sometimes, you know, gay guys want to hang out with the straight, or straight girls want to hang out with the gay guys, you know. Or, same other ways, they probably have a men's bathroom at the lesbian bars.
Fire stations with fire alarms.
To let them know. You got to
Shouldn't there not be any chance of a fire?
That's very true. Yeah. But in the event, they got it, you know?
I swear, if my firefighter, local firefighter is playing like trash can match in the middle of our fire station, I'm gonna lose it. Just throwing lit matches right in the trash can.
I could see my roommate doing that. Something like he loves. I wouldn't call him a pyromaniac, but it's like if we got cardboard, he just throws it in a corner, and then once he builds it up, he's like, fire time.
Fire time.
And I'm like,
I get
all
it.
right, cool, dude. One day we threw some wood in there, and it must have had some chemicals on it, because like we threw it in there, it started burning, and then it started pouring down rain, but this fire was still going. I was like, this is one of the trippiest things I think I've ever seen. Like, because the wood, it was like must have been like water resistant or something. I don't know, dude. The fire was rolling in the middle of like it was just coming down, dude. Cats and dogs, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it's
you know what
weird.
also doesn't make sense? You know those Antarctic research stations?
Yeah.
They have to like put into their budget, like when they're making them, the cost of a refrigerator.
Well.
And a freezer.
Just put your stuff outside, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You might have animals come up, you know?
In Antarctica.
Polar bear, maybe?
No.
No penguins?
Nope.
anything?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. Put your stuff outside.
Yeah, right?
Seriously. Well, I mean, like, maybe the fridge, maybe the stuff that you don't want to have frozen, but at the same time, like, why not freeze it if you can, for free?
I'm just saying, man, like, I don't get it.
I really don't either. Yeah, just toss it in the snow.
Just throw it in the snow.
Just, like, kind of mark it off. Just
like, I know that they say that the Antarctic's a desert, but, like, it's still cold.
Would you rather
it's only a desert because it doesn't snow.
Oh, yeah. It really?
It like, a desert is anywhere that it doesn't precipitate for more than 2 inches every single year. And it doesn't.
That makes sense.
It just blows the same amount of snow around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Plus, it's just like a huge land mass underneath.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
That's the difference between the Antarctic and the Arctic, is like the Arctic is quite a lot more just like ice sheets. They're thick, but
not thick enough for global warming.
Yeah, man. Who knows?
Only time will tell, man. But right now, you're not gonna worry about it too much. But I do like that.
I mean, what am I supposed to do about that?
Yeah, exactly. Like me personally, but I do like seeing that like everything's gonna start moving towards electricity. I don't know how you'll be able to do all that. Obviously, like
I'm sorry. I'm tired of the argument that electric cars are worse for the environment just because of the process of lithium mining. It has been proven it is still better than the production of internal combustion engine cars. It is still far better and far more efficient of our resources and far better for the environment to produce lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah. And if you don't need to use gas...
This has been, like, a huge thing in, like, the car community where, like, these people who just, like, aren't ready for the future, these people with their horse and buggies are afraid of the future, and they're like, oh, that'll never work. Besides, it's still more unhealthy to the environment. No, it isn't.
How would it be?
It isn't.
Exactly. Like,
I'm sick of it, man.
It would be nice to, like, see, like, when a town starts using... Well, I guess that kind of has to do with light pollution. But, what, like, you know, towns who are, like, just covered in smog, you know? Like, when you start getting rid of all those natural resources, you know? Or not getting rid of them, but, like, you're not using them as much. Like, how much quality of air and just living might be, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, though, like, light pollution, that's really just not really something you can change, I feel like. Or are there, like, certain bulbs that you could, like, start manufacturing that won't produce as much light pollution?
Yeah. I mean, we're switching over to all LEDs now.
Okay.
That's what our government's doing.
And they don't emit, they're like...
Well, it's just electricity. There's no
I got you.
gas in them.
Gotcha.
Like, the other ones have gas, or they're vacuum.
Yeah.
And they don't last quite as long. Like a normal light bulb. Like, it won't be as efficient with its, like, time or its, like, energy use. But, LEDs, like, literally suck up, like, no power. Like, extremely low amounts.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, you know, most of, like, the cars now have running lights run by LEDs. And, you know, like, when they first started coming out with them, they, you know, these radio or auto reviewers were, like, asking, you know, how much of an impact does this have on gas mileage? And, you know, the engineers were like, listen, we know that it has an impact on gas mileage, but it is such a small degree, we don't know how to measure it.
Yeah.
That's how little energy it takes to light up an LED. Like, it's nothing, and it's, like, so efficient with it, and it's still so bright.
Dude, I really hope to see, like, mass efforts from not just, like, car companies, but all companies to push towards that, because it's, like, obviously every year it gets worse, you know?
My idea is for one day a year, if I was president, we turn off all non-essential lights in every single business, every single home, to have one day a year where you could look up at the stars and see all of them in the sky, no matter where you are.
See, yeah, that's the one thing. Like, I like looking up, you know? And so,
like, of course, you can keep the lights on the hospitals. You can keep the lights on at these, I don't know, insurance, whatever. But, like, just turn off all the ones that are, like, non-essential. Give them, like, a kickback of $500 in taxes or whatever. And that's it, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jake, fantastic talking to you once again.
Always, man. I love being on the show, dude.
Yeah,
honestly,
thanks.
The hour goes by a lot.
I know it's been we kind of went off topic from our original plan, but it was fun.
Bro. That don't matter.
No breaks.
No matter what we're talking about, dude. I have a good time, man.
Fantastic. All right, once again, this has been Guilday's guest at WXSU LP Salisbury. See you next week.
And tune in on Fridays for today's vibe, where my vibe this Friday will be time. So tune in Fridays, 1 to 2. That's my shameless plug. We'll get you into the music here. Sharing the night together. Dr. Hook.